Okay. What's up, boys? Welcome to the channel. So today we're doing another little coaching video. I want you guys to really quickly take a look at this video right here. So, what you just saw was a picture or a video of my jump shot when I first started playing basketball. Okay, maybe not when I first started, like maybe a year into it, right? Let me show you guys what my jump shot looks like now as opposed to the video I just showed you guys. Check this out. Okay, so you guys have just seen a comparison between my jump shot when I first started playing basketball compared to now. Why am I showing you guys this? The reason why I'm showing you guys this is because when I first started playing basketball, I thought my jump shot was God's gift to mankind, right? I thought it was so good and it did need to be changed. But I noticed that I was mad inconsistent, right? And obviously, you know, I'd say, oh, you know, everyone just has those days. No, you don't understand. I was so inconsistent that I would be shooting. How do I put this? I wasn't a great shooter, right? Like I am now. But I also wasn't bad either. But at the same time, I'd have, you know, most days would be, I wouldn't be shooting the ball very well. And then I started kind of piecing together, okay, yes, my jump shot is really ugly. I should probably see if there's anything I can do to make it better. Now, I want to say this right now. If you have an ugly jump shot, I want to make it very clear that that's okay. You know, not everybody has a perfect, smooth, fluent Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Ray Allen kind of jump shot, you know? Everybody's jump shot is different, and that's cool. However, you can always work on your form to make it look a little bit better. And by doing that, you'll not only like, you know, look better shooting, you'll also be more efficient when you shoot. You'll start shooting better, you know, lights out. So this video is for people who have an ugly jump shot. This is just how to make it better. I'm gonna give you guys 3 things you can do for form. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be different for everybody, right? Some people may need to change the way they flick their wrist. Some people might not even be flicking the wrist, you know? First started, it was more of a push shot, and that's not good because, let me show you guys real quick. Instead of flicking the wrist like this, it would be more of a push. So I'd be more like, you know, before it wouldn't be so much of a flick of the wrist as it would be me just throwing the ball, right? So it would look more like this, right? It's kind of like doing a layup, you know? Like when you do a layup, you're not flicking your wrist, you're just kind of pushing it in. What I did to fix the whole habit of not flicking my wrist as much is I started shooting with the flick of the wrist in mind. So check this out. Bam. You know what I mean? That, as opposed to this. Giving that flick of the wrist, you actually give it more power, you know? And before, when I would shoot, I wouldn't really flick my wrist like that. Again, my shot was more of a push shot. And so I didn't have as much power in my shot, and not as much range. My shots that I would normally hit back then were just middies, because I didn't have enough power in my shot to shoot threes efficiently. So adding a flick of the wrist will do if you have a push shot. And, you know, I highly recommend that you actually, unless you're like a big guy, you know what I mean, that doesn't need to necessarily shoot threes, you should at least work on adding one to your game somehow, right? What worked for me best was kind of keeping the push shot motion, right? This, right? But while doing that, I would also add the flick of the wrist. So keeping the way I shoot was important to me because it's more comfortable to me that way. That's number one. I needed to add a flick of the wrist in order to improve my jump shot. Number two, if you're shooting like this, you need to change that. Because I did, and it helped a lot. I mean, like, overnight, you know? This, you cannot shoot like this. It is so bad. Oh my goodness gracious. Dude. Let me show you guys what this looks like trying to shoot like this. And you can laugh if you want. It's okay. It's hilarious. Let me show you. Hysterical, right? I mean, who in their right mind would shoot the basketball with both hands on the side of the basketball? That's, quite frankly, that's absolutely insane, you know? Only a bad man would resort to such methods. I don't know if other people, I mean, when they first start out, I don't know if, you know, you'll already have the right hand placement, but if you don't, oh my gosh, like, you have to try, at least try it, where you have your hand, right? Instead of doing this, your hand's kind of like on the sides. What you want to do is you want to have one hand like this on the side here. Let me show you. And one hand like this. One hand on top of the ball and one hand on the side. You load the ball and your hand is already in position to shoot. When you're shooting with your hands on the side of the ball like this, your hand is not in the position to shoot. You have to kind of, like, you see what I did there? As opposed to just, like, look, hand on the side of the ball, right? Load it up. Do you see what I did there? Do you see how I had to do, like, extra steps to kind of, you know what I mean? I have to kind of hold the ball a certain way, and then I have to move it to the side like this, and then I have to keep it balanced in my hand so it doesn't like bounce out like it almost did, and then I can shoot the ball, as opposed to just, you know what I mean? This, it's so easy for the defender to just knock it out. I know from experience, like, if you have a jump shot and you don't have proper hand placement, it's very detrimental, and I would recommend just trying to fix it, you know? You guys see me doing jump shots. I don't know if you can see. I try to get my feet as parallel to the rim as possible. If you're shooting the ball, you can just have your right hand also parallel to the rim. And then all you have to do from there is just touch shoot, right? And that's basically what my jump shot is. So if I'm right here and I have my jump shot like this, all I have to do is just put enough power into it. It's already lined up. You know what I mean? When you have your feet parallel to the basket, I don't know if you guys noticed in the first clip, but my feet, when I used to shoot, it would look like this. my feet would be all over the place. My foot would be over here, my right foot would be over here. I try to shoot, and it's like, I mean, I made that, mind you, but you'll notice that something just feels off when you shoot like that. When I'm trying to shoot like this, right, my feet are kind of like this, instead of just like this. What happens is we try to just get it in the rim, it's a little bit more complicated because your feet aren't aligned to the basket. So that means the other half, I already know how much power I need to put on it and stuff like that. This is only something I think you need to work on if you don't have good touch in your shot. What I mean by touch, like just knowing how much power you need to shoot it with and exactly where you need to aim it with, right? I know that sounds kind of complicated, but basically, like, it's just a matter of where you are on the court and how you need to shoot the ball. The next is dodgeball. You know what I mean? You'll notice that I'm not even putting my form into place. I'm not even like, you know, it's a matter of feeling for me. I know exactly what I need to do in order to get the ball on the hoop. This advice is for people who don't know how to do that just yet. Have good touch in your jump shot, and you're not a consistent shooter. I would recommend fixing the way you hold your feet. Your feet want to be, think of it like this. You have one foot outside of the rim, and you want to have your right foot on the right side of the rim. It should look like that no matter where you are, right? Over here. Over here. No matter where you are, right? And like I said, what this will do is it'll just make it easier for you to shoot the ball. A straight line to the basket.